Jimmy High Roller on another video. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Been dropping hella bangers. I ain't gonna lie, y'all been seeing these NBA trades that's been going on, bro. These NBA trades have legit been crazy as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. James Harden went to the Cavs, bro. And some other shit I can't remember off the top of my head. Anthony Davis got traded to the Wizards, and then I seen a post this morning that nigga not even finna play on the Wizards, bro. That nigga's finna be sitting on the bench to next season. But we got Jimmy We got Jimmy High Roller. I thought it couldn't get any worse. We finna get straight into it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe with the video on the way up.
368 days to be exact. The basketball world came to a halt as news broke that the Dallas Mavericks sent Luka Doncic to the LA Lakers in an inexplicable trade. Not only was this news shocking, but the immediate and justifiable reaction was that this trade was possibly the dumbest trade in NBA history. But only time would tell if it was truly the worst trade we've ever seen. Fast forward 1 year, almost to the day, and turns out the initial reactions were correct. Because the Luka trade wasn't just dumb, it is now definitively the worst trade in NBA history.
Y'all think it was the worst trade in NBA history?
Today's video with Dramo bonus deadlines in recent years, after what looked like it was going to be an
bro, and this some other dumbass shit that I saw. Chicago Bulls, let me talk to y'all for a second. You fuck niggas on the front line. You niggas pissed me off with this shit. That's why I don't support you niggas now. Why the fuck would y'all trade Kobe White, and why the fuck would y'all trade Nikola Vucevic? Why the fuck would y'all do that? Them two niggas was the main reason we was damn near winning games. Nikola was the damn near the reason I was watching the motherfucking Bulls. And y'all gonna trade this nigga for a bag of chips and an apple? Like, what the fuck? Like, you niggas don't want to win or some shit? That's what it's giving. You fuck niggas don't want to win. Y'all just retired Derrick Rose jersey like a week ago. Now y'all fucking us over on this shit. Like, you literally just fucked us over. I thought we had hope in Chicago, but fuck that. Fuck that shit.
Week, trades began to pour in from around the league.
Like,
James
bro.
Harden to the Cavaliers, Garland to the Clippers, Vucevic to the Celtics.
And then you fucking niggas traded him to the goddamn Celtics. Like, what the fuck? You niggas don't want to make it out the East. You niggas don't, I mean, not the East. Is it? Yeah, the East. You niggas don't want to make it out the fucking East. The fuck?
Jackson Jr. to the Jazz, Jared McCain to the Thunder. And in the midst of a flurry of trades came this dreadful transaction.
Like, that shit pissed me off so goddamn bad.
In NBA history. After a fairly quick negotiation, Anthony Davis and
the
company
dumbest
were
shit I've
traded
never
to
seen
the
in my
Washington
life.
Wizards in exchange for Chris Middleton, AJ Johnson.
Bro, the Wizards got a piece of glass. I don't even know who the fuck this is. The Wizards got 3 has-beens. I'm not gonna lie, I ain't gonna lie, the Mavericks kind of did something better. AJ Johnson's not bad and Chris Middleton's not bad, I'm not gonna lie. And then you got 2 first-round picks and 3 second-round picks. Bro, the Wizards are fucking idiots. Like, y'all ass guys. The Wizards literally picked up a half-eaten sandwich. Who the fuck? I don't even... A Nestle Crunch bar and some sour cream and onion Lay's potato chips and a juice box. Like, what the fuck?
Malachi Branham, Marvin Bagley, 2 first-round picks and 3 second-round picks.
I don't even know who the fuck this is.
An exchange that doesn't sound terrible at first glance, but after about a second of coherent thought, the reality sets in that what the Mavericks have managed to do over the last 12 months might just be the most egregious case of mismanagement in the league's history. Because
I mean, I feel like Chris Middleton is better than anybody on the list that the Wizards just got. You know, that's just my take on it.
If coughing up Luka for AD in a bag of chips wasn't bad enough, the Mavs doubled.
AD is a part of the bag of chips. That nigga's a half-eaten sandwich. Not even a ham sandwich, like a fucking, what's that nasty salami sandwich? Like,
down and sent AD packing for next to nothing. Now, Anthony Davis was the bulk of the haul the Mavericks received for Luka last February, meaning that the Mavericks have now essentially traded away franchise icon, perennial MVP candidate, generational player Luka Doncic for this. 2 starting caliber players, 3 first-round picks, 3 second.
Oh, they got Marvin Bagley the third. Was he on that list? I didn't even see him on that list. Oh, okay, Marvin Bagley not that bad. He not that
picks
bad.
and expiring contracts. But a lot of these assets either aren't worth much or were simply add-ons throughout these dealings. Max Christie, Chris Middleton, and Marvin Bagley are the only productive players here. The 2026 first-round pick from the Thunder will likely end up as the 30th pick in the draft. The 2030 first-rounder is a Warriors top 20 protected pick 4 years from now, and the second-round picks are just throw-ins. A complete shot in the dark that rarely turn into anything of substance. In fact, the Wizards spoke about their acquisition of AD and said they were, quote, ecstatic, because the outgoing first-round picks have relatively little value. So if we condense this down to the real value of this trade, then we're left with this. The Mavericks traded Luka Doncic for a starter, 2 rotational players, and 1 first-round pick. This is not a bad trade. This is basketball malpractice, reprehensible, a fireable offense. Oh wait. Compare what the Mavericks got for Luka Doncic to some of the blockbuster trades we've seen over.
Let me see. Phoenix got Kevin Durant for this bum ass nigga. I don't know who the fuck this is. He's not on the Knicks no more? What the fuck? Oh, this is where they went. Oh, this is where they went. My over dumbass. Cam Johnson bum ass. I stand that nigga. Rudy fucking Gobert. I ain't gonna lie, this is a valid trade. I feel like this is a valid trade. His ass trash. Donovan Mitchell, ain't gonna lie,
The last few seasons, and you would be convinced that Dallas is actively attempting to be relegated to the G League. 2 years ago, the Nets got 5 first-rounders and a first-round pick swap for Mikal Bridges. In 2022, Rudy Gobert was worth half a roster, 4 first-rounders, and a first-round pick swap. The OKC Thunder built a championship off the back of a singular season of prime Paul George. I'm not sure what universe the Mavericks live in, but apparently it's one where Luka Doncic is worth about as much as Desmond Bane. It's the ultimate buy high, sell low move from the Mavs. Last February, they were under the impression that Anthony Davis was of comparable value to Luka, his all-NBA level defense and offensive versatility potentially being the missing ingredients for what they hoped would lead them to another run to the finals. 12 months later, they saw him as nothing more than an opportunity to clear cap space. Now trading not 1, but 2 all-NBA caliber players in the span of 1 year. In an article detailing the 1-year aftermath of the Luka trade, it was asked, how do the Mavericks move on from the short-lived AD era? Which is a reasonable question. If this article didn't come out 2 days before he was traded, the Mavericks were already moving on from the quote AD era while he was still physically on their bench just a year after they traded the soul of their franchise for him. The total value they got out of AD, 29 games played out of a possible 81, only 1 of those games played with Kyrie Irving, 18 injuries, yes, you heard that right, 18, and 16 wins. The Mavericks traded Luka Doncic for 16 wins. On dunks and threes, there is a metric called estimated wins that attempts to calculate, you guessed it, how many wins a player helped contribute to their team's total throughout the course of a season. In Anthony Davis's total time with the Dallas Mavericks, he contributed exactly 2 wins. In fact, since the initial Luka trade 1 year ago, the total number of estimated wins contributed by every player that Dallas acquired as a result of the Luka trade is 9 wins. In that same time span, Luka Doncic has single-handedly contributed 12.4 wins for the Los Angeles Lakers. Since being dealt away by an overzealous Mavericks front office, Luka has been more valuable for the Lakers than every other asset involved in exchange for him combined. The Luka trade was so bad that what they got in return for him was nothing more than a salary dump just 1 year later. Now, these head-scratching and irrevocably compounding decisions would leave you thinking that the Mavericks were desperate for some inkling of success, irrationally quick to make decisions, and unfamiliar with long-term results, which might be true if they weren't here in the finals just 18 months ago. They know the ingredients for a winning team. They've made great moves in the past. In fact, this was their winning recipe, the roster that got them within 3 wins of a championship just 2 seasons ago. But out of the 12 players from this finals roster, only 4 of them are currently on the Mavericks today. Dallas rolled the dice and traded away a finals team for a potential long shot to go back to the finals. Dallas's one saving grace, the only thing keeping them out of the depths of NBA irrelevance for the foreseeable future, is of course Cooper Flagg, a player that fell into their lap through no work of their own. A pick they had just a 1.8% chance of winning on the night of the draft lottery, jumping from the 11th spot in the draft to the first pick as a result of the lottery, which, in case you didn't know, is the single largest jump in position any team has ever made in the history of the NBA lottery. If it wasn't for Cooper Flagg, the best players on the court for the Dallas Mavericks organization this season would have been Max Christie and Najee Marshall. Which means that the only thing that prevented the Mavericks from being the worst team in the league with no hope in sight 18 months removed from a finals appearance was pure, incredibly unlikely, unprecedented luck. At least the Mavericks have found another direction for their franchise. For a second there, it almost felt like they made the worst trade in NBA history. As great as Luka is, the Lakers are dealing with their own ups and downs, you know? Luka isn't a perfect player. Anyone could have made the rash decision to trade him away for almost nothing with absolutely no recourse in place. He is, after all, just the third best player in the world. At least the player they traded away wasn't one of the most valuable assets ever traded away in the history of modern basketball.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, to this day, I don't know, there's a lot of crazy trades that happened yesterday. I'm not gonna lie, it was a lot of crazy shit that happened yesterday. Well, not today, for the last 2 days. But, you know, it is what it is. What y'all think, man? Y'all think 18 months later, it's the dumbest shit the Mavs could have did, or y'all think it kind of paid off? What y'all think? Let me know.